Welcome to the first episode of Cougar Conversations, where I'm going to be roaming the halls asking students Cougar questions. Hey, how are you doing today?
You?
I'm doing pretty good. So I just want to know what you would do to prevent gun violence in schools.
Ooh, so I'd probably put up some metal detectors, maybe, just detect any guns, you know? Figure out how that goes, maybe put some ads up, make sure they know that it's not a toy.
I think I would probably try to enforce teachers having guns, as well as more cops around the campus.
I agree with you saying that we should have more police officers around the campus. That's what I agree.
I think that we should give some teachers guns, you know, and teach everyone self-defense, all the teachers.
I think if it does get to that point that we have some type of scanners to just to check the actual students if they do have a gun on campus. Yeah, something like that, yeah.
More armed police officers and obviously more gun control. So like random people can't just like go and buy a gun from Walmart. I would also have it so maybe metal detectors would be involved when you walk into school.
I think that gun violence should be prevented in schools, but I do not think we should put guns in the classroom. I would say that you should have more security guards around the school and have teachers trained on how to use weapons, but not really carry weapons.
I would use metal detectors so we can tell if like a person is carrying a gun with them or not.
Place more school policemen in here.
Maybe more resource officers.
You know, back in the day, you used to have like little metal detectors before you walk in. Maybe all schools should set that up just for safety. Like, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't have a gun because like some people need a gun for protection, but then like some of them are crazy, so it really all depends on who the person is. So just set up in schools and you'll be fine. You detect it.
Produce legislature that limits the amount of bullets that could be purchased.
Allow teachers to carry them, because if something goes bad, it can stop the person that's trying to shoot the school up.
More security, honestly, you know, honestly, there's a way of security to do it without putting fear in people. You know, you don't want people to be afraid, but you also want them to be safe. So that's what I would do. I guess officers that are qualified and trained, I think like there should be background checks on the officers as well, like mental capacity of like how to serve, you know, how to serve people correctly without putting fear in them. People are honestly just fearful of a lot of things nowadays. So, you know, putting people in place to, you know, say, hey, I'm here to protect you without, you know, hurting you.
All right, this is Pittarelli, and we're covering the protests here on gun violence. We just want to know why y'all are particularly out here.
Raising awareness for gun violence and the victims that were killed.
To bring more awareness to people around the world so they can understand the seriousness of the issue, and gun control needs to be fixed.
I guess just in honor of the 17 people who were killed in the shooting and as sort of a protest against the gun violence.
Seeing kids my age die on TV just really upsets me, and it makes me upset for their families, so I'm out here for that reason.
What motivates you to be out here today?
Thinking about the lives that we have lost and trying to make a difference in the United States.
Does this have any personal effect on you in your life?
Yeah, because as a high schooler, I go to school, and you never know when this can actually happen to you. I used to live in Florida. I know people who went to that school. It affects everyone, honestly.
I think they need to be doing something about this, because how many more innocent lives are going to have to die before they do something? And they should just get to the point and do something about rifles and not try blaming it on violent media when they know. And I think the security guards who was there at the school should be fired.
How do y'all each feel that this went today?
At the beginning it was kind of bad because everybody was talking, but once it kind of died down and somebody took it really seriously, they announced the names and everything, so that was really good.
Yeah, it was ridiculous I think at the beginning because people weren't taking it seriously, they were just talking and didn't understand the importance of it, but I don't know who that was, but good for her. She stood up and said the names and it made a big impact, I think.
It was better at the end when everybody was actually quiet. Most people just came to get out of class, but when that girl stepped up, people actually started to realize what it was about.
It felt good to do something about it, because I'm tired of sitting around having my teachers and kids tell me that it's not going to make a difference, but it will. It's always made a difference. In our history, protesting and being out there and saying that you don't want something gives people incentive to change, and that's the point of this, to change our laws, to support people, to honor them, to show them that we'll be there for them if they need us to be there for them.
I could have been one of those kids. Actually, I lived less than 30 minutes away, and it meant a lot. I heard about it, and
It broke my heart because I could have been there. And I could have been one of the kids that got hurt. These were kids our age. These were kids that mattered. These were people that mattered. And so when people just come out here, we're supposed to be dedicating this time to them. They meant a lot. They were lives that they could have had so much more time. So that's why it meant a lot to me.